Oh, I'm sorry. Was the live sex boring you? This is not a post that I ever thought I would write. In fact, people may not even believe that this could actually happen inside the sexy walls of a sex club. But the story I'm about to relate speaks to a rapidly growing disassociation that is going unchecked in our society. We have become immune to the realities around us. In essence, our technology is desensitizing us. And I will be honest, seeing that firsthand at a sex party of all places brings into sharp relief just how widespread this problem is. And we have got to act now, because it turns out, even with rules and warnings in place, we cannot break free from our phones, even with sex on the line. Saturday night, I went to a swingers club where there is a fantastic area that has an open door playroom that we shall call the Red Room, meaning people can walk in and out and there is almost always live action of some sort going on, and that night was no exception. We found a spot on the farthest couch so we could start watching the show and get playful ourselves. With a little whipping scene to get the ball rolling, the clothes started to fall off and the room was getting heated. Picture about 6 or 7 couples, all on the peripheral couches, and 2 sex loungers beginning to get a little action in the middle, plus spectators and the dominatrix show, just to set the stage. My partner and I were starting to get very handsy beside a couple you may remember from my Foursome in the Woods post. So our night was ramping up fantastically. And on one of the sex couches, a guy was getting the royal treatment. Oh, yes, 5 girls, 1 guy. The thing of miss right before our eyes. The room was exciting. Well, for everyone but the group of 5 guys who must have been the partners of the woman giving the show. You see, those 5 guys were standing right to my left, inside the room, shooting the shit. The conversation was something similar to what you might hear at a pub. Some goading, a little teasing, and basically a general lack of interest to anything going on in the room. Did I mention there was a wait list to get in? I mean, come on. When sex becomes so commonplace that you don't even care, find a new hobby. Not only is this incredibly insane, but you are taking away from the experience of those around you who are trying to lose themselves in the moment. But of course, your selfish needs take priority, right? You don't get to see your friends much, so by all means, just stand around in a very active dungeon, taking real estate that people are sexily eyeing up, to just stand around chatting. And we are not talking a few brief moments. We're talking upwards of 20 minutes of trying not to listen to frat boy types talk about their lives and even a little showing off to each other in the most juvenile manner imaginable. Well, my chick's busy, so I'm just gonna stand around acting like a dumb punk waiting till she's done. This, in of itself, was annoying. However, things were about to get a little more ridiculous. My partner and I were really getting heated, having just acquired one of the coveted sex loungers. So naked and excited, we started getting really down and dirty. The man of the hour beside us was now down to 2 chicks, so the group of irritating men had thinned down. Then, out of the corner of my eye, I noticed a guy who was wearing far too many clothes and a silly hipster hat had plunked down with his partner on the couch we had previously occupied. And I didn't think too much of it until it happened. The guy pulled out his phone and started texting someone. Not some hot-looking sort of sext, but the whole "I'm bored, so I'm going to pull out my phone mindlessly" sort of move. And to make matters worse, he seemed generally surprised when I asked him to put his phone away. Picture the scene. Me laying on on my back, getting pounded, so blissfully happy, then bam! Brought out of the happy red glow by some damn cell phone screen. And after I asked him to put it away, he just sat there, motionless, like he didn't know what to do next. You're in a freaking sex club, a swing club. Have some hot sex. Have we really become that dependent on phones that you cannot have one evening without it dictating your life? And further to this, a few minutes later, his partner asked for her phone. Thankfully, he told her no, it wasn't allowed in the club. But do you know what her reaction was? Grabbed the phone out of his hand and stormed out of the room. Okay, you might be saying now, damn it, I would never in a million years do something like that. What is wrong with these people? Who could be distracted by their phones with all that sexy stimulation going on? or forget that they were in a swing club and start treating it like a pub. If you've been a regular reader, you might even say that I have some really bad luck and this must have just been a bad night. But the thing is, I watch everything going on around me all the time, and at the clubs, I just want to quiet that voice. I want to get lost in the moment. But how do you ignore 7 ignorant and flat out rude individuals who selfishly cannot pause their habits for even one night, a few hours? To put this into perspective, 7 individuals out of 150 were in this room, acting like they were bored of being in a sex club. That's almost 5%. That's freaking huge. Can we not unplug from this silly device, even in a swing club? You paid to be there, as did we. That doesn't give you the right to detract from mine or anyone else's enjoyment, which is exactly what these people were doing. Now show some common courtesy for those around you who are actually enjoying themselves, or get out. And please, if you see something like this happen, even in the real world, stand up and say something. We cannot keep ignoring ignorant and selfish behavior because quite frankly, it is getting out of hand.